Hi, I'm Eric Peterson. I'm a relationship coach from skillofattraction.com. And today's attraction tips video is She Says I'm Being Too Needy. Now, neediness is a huge turnoff for women. It really just kills their attraction for you. See, most women look for a strong man that they can lean on. By strong, I don't necessarily mean you're bulging with muscles. While that may help with her physical attraction for you, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about being emotionally and mentally strong. And when you're leaning on her, it actually causes her to feel like she can't really be safe and comfortable around you. It's also a huge red flag for women because they feel that in the future you may become controlling or maybe abusive or even a stalker. And the kicker here is that the more you display neediness, the more she's going to test you for it and push you. And the more you fail her tests, the more she's going to pull away or push you away and shut down emotionally. Now, where does your neediness come from? Well, it's typically rooted in insecurity and your lack of self-worth. Somewhere in your life, you feel that you lack value. Therefore, you're not good enough for her. In turn, you become fearful that she will meet someone better. And as this fear grows, you will try harder to control her and possess her and prove how worthy you are to her. And the more you do this, the more she pushes you away. And it's actually a vicious cycle that will just keep turning and turning and turning until eventually she's gone. Now, if you're not sure, some signs of neediness are, well, one is over pursuing. That's like texting her all the time, calling her all the time, giving her romantic gifts. I mean, you know what chasing her is. And if you're overdoing it, you're actually pushing her away. Another one is impatience. And this is where you, as the man, is trying to move the relationship along a little quicker than she's ready. And I mean, how many times have you heard a woman say, I mean, if you're needy, how many times have you heard a woman say that, well, this relationship is moving too quickly. We need to slow things down. I'm not ready for a relationship. This is why she's saying these things. It's because you're moving things along too quickly. And really what this is a fear of her meeting someone else. And so you want to lock her down. Another sign of neediness is being overly dedicated. Now, there's nothing wrong with committing to your girl or her committing to you if you're involved, if you both love each other. But when you're focused too much on the relationship, it really causes problems. Another sign of neediness is being controlling. Now, this is where you're always checking in on her, or you want her to check in with you like every hour, every minute of the day. You want to know where she's at, who she's hanging out with. Maybe you have gone as far as telling her who she can't hang out with or that you don't like her hanging out with certain people. And again, this will begin to wear her down and push her away from you. Another one is if you need constant reassurance from her, wondering how she feels about you, where you stand in the relationship. Maybe you're asking her questions like, do you love me? Do you care about me? Or where are we going with this relationship? Maybe you need relationship labels, like you need to make sure that you're boyfriend, girlfriend, or you're in a serious relationship. And these aren't typically things masculine energy produces. This is more feminine energy, and it will turn her off. Another sign is being overly affectionate. If you're always trying to touch her and paw her and kiss her and hold her hand, and really you're just smothering her, or maybe you're being over complimenting her, telling her how beautiful she is and how great she is. And really this goes back to constant reassurance. You're basically wanting her to say the same things to you, so it's really not authentic. And women pick up on this. And finally, being too emotional. Now, this could be anywhere from getting angry with her all the time, maybe even crying. Really, you want to find your middle ground here. You want to be centered, where everything is just kind of even keel. I mean, there's nothing wrong with showing emotion to some degree, but you just don't want to be, show extremes. Now, how do you eliminate this neediness? Well, it's really not as complicated as you may think. I mean, it does take some time, but it's really not that complicated. Like I said before, your neediness is rooted in insecurity and your lack of self-worth. So really what you need is purpose in life, something that you're passionate about and that you're driven about. Now, your purpose could be your career, maybe a new business venture, some hobbies, activism, volunteering, really anything that you feel passionate about, things that a reason to get up in the morning for. Because if you make her your purpose, this will result in you needing her for your happiness. And you can't control what she does or how she feels. So it's really imperative that you find happiness within yourself. By having purpose in your relationships, whether they be romantic, platonic, even business-related relationships, will be so much more successful. You will be happier, and people are just naturally drawn to happy people. Now, if you're currently not in a relationship and you're trying to eliminate this neediness, another thing I highly recommend is, especially if you haven't had much success with women in the past, is you get out there and date as many women as possible. Now, that doesn't mean you have to get in a relationship with all these girls, but, just go out on dates with them and feel comfortable knowing that you have options. And once you get to a place where you feel that if one woman leaves you for whatever reason, that it's not that big of a deal because you could easily go out and find another one, you will feel so much better because you won't want to latch on to just one woman. And it helps eliminate all this neediness. And that's really all you have to do. It's not that complicated. And once you can eliminate this neediness, women will find you so much more attractive, I guarantee it. Now, if you found this video of help or of value, I would appreciate it if you could, hit the thumbs up button and maybe share it with family or friends. And if you have any questions, feel free to shoot me an email. Head over to my website at skillofattraction.com and click on the contact tab. And everything from there is pretty much self-explanatory. And I get a lot of emails, so I don't have time to answer them all. So if you need if you have an emergency, click on the coaching tab, and there will be a couple options there for you if you need some emergency email coaching. So that's all for this video, and until the next one.